Hello, everybody. How are we all doing on this fine evening?
Whatever
I
day
started
you're
that the last time as well. I should probably say something different.
Welcome back to the podcast. We do have a name for our little fans now.
Oh, that's
No-
right. Again, coming up with, or fucking Lavender came up with this one again.
so hi, our little mehheads. Oh God, that's gonna get so controversial. I hate myself already.
Ugh.
Oh my God, my friend was like, "I can't wait to be a mehhead." I was like, "Please don't say that out loud in Limerick." Get the wrong ideas. I see who hangs around Burger King. It's Jack during the night.
Bitch. Oh my God. So anyway, this is our second episode of this lovely podcast. And first off, we just want to say thank you all so much for the reception you gave the first episode. It was an absolute blast filming it, and we can't wait to film more of these. Anything to add to that, Mister?
Mister. Most people confuse me for female, but that I will say literally thanks so much for all the kind words you said, for some of the tips you've sent in, for some of the recommendations, for all of you agreeing that Jack is a total bottom. So thank you for all the private messages saying that. I agree. I completely agree. But yeah. That's all I've got to say now at the minute, anyway. So, do you want to introduce our special guest that we've lined up for our second episode?
Yes, we have our first special guest on with us today. She is, without a doubt, one of the best drag queens in Dublin, in all of fucking Ireland, in fact, that I know. So, such a talented queen, and she is such a fabulous person as well, and I cannot wait to bring her on. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the most fabulous Nikkie
Me, bitch.
Stones.
I appreciate the lies. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Thanks for lying about me. I'm glad you got the script. I thought I got lost in the post because, the way everything's delayed by like 6 weeks now. But hi, how's it going? Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime, my darling.
Oh,
So,
God.
what's the goss?
Okay,
What's the tea?
Where do we start? That's the real question. So, I don't even know. Let's current events. The world's ending. The world's ending.
Oh, God.
That's an issue. I don't want to get too far deep into things, but Black Lives Matter. Make sure to sign petitions and donate to as many funds as you can. Just do everything that you can. Share posts. Don't just make your voice heard, and that's the thing to everyone out there. Because
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what, we gotta do good. Yeah.
Exactly.
We got to be proactive in these times. Exactly.
Definitely. But other than that, there's nothing. I've been living in this room fully. I have everything that I need in here, except a mini fridge that I spend 175 on.
We all
did that.
know. Jack, did you find the key to your mini fridge, actually?
Yes, I found it.
He spent a good hour and a half on a video call with me looking for said key. And I was like, well, yeah, Jack, that's
It was hiding
possible purpose.
underneath the bleeding fridge of all places.
Well, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to go on bottom, Jack, to look for things.
I'm saving my responses for when things get juicier. I'm gonna keep things.
Oh, we know you are.
I'm scared.
Don't be. They're not aimed at you. They're aimed at Jack.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. So, Jack, when was the first time you met Miss Nikkie Stones?
The first time I met Nikkie properly was at Blacklight in November of 2019, I believe. It was the first time I was formally introduced to you. I've seen you around before that, obviously. I remember even seeing you at Drag World, and I was I didn't even talk to her. But now, here we are,
Now you hate
And-
me.
Now, of course, since I am a Limerick native now for quite some time now, I remember seeing Nikki at Misty HD 2018. I was there with one of my friends.
No, we do not bring that up.
Hey, I don't remember the night. All I remember is I was there. My friend Alan was really drunk, and you were like, "Alan, go home," and that was all I remember.
Oh my god. Throwback. So all I remember from that night is the serious injuries that I did to my knees when I fell over on lube on the concrete stage. So like
Yeah, the
Sounds like we
stage
do all
is.
over again.
I mean, you know what? We crowned up the thing, the Wibbly Wobbly Wonder, so I mean I guess it's now a thing. Because I fall down the stairs in the George now too, so that's a
To
thing.
be fair, who doesn't fall down the stairs in the George?
So true.
We've had what is with Dublin drag queens? I've seen milk, now lube. What next, people? What next?
Do you know? No. No. No.
Go on.
No, we are not going there. We are not going there. I have to like censor myself. Like I have to censor myself. My brain just runs at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's like I start thinking of things. I'm like, no, we can't say that. We should not.
Butterscotch sauce. Let's just say that. I don't know.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty, what have I let myself in for?
Oh, you like when you messaged me about this, I was like, good fucking luck. You're in for a fucking treat. It's like it's gonna hit the fan.
Podcast.
Very
It shouldn't be
true.
called 50 Shades of Mehhhh. It should be called The Trials and Tribulations of Jack Anthony O'Connor. Just because the amount of dragging you'll get in the next episode. You won't be a drag queen. You'll be dragged out through you'll be dragged through a graveyard at this rate. Like, come on.
Jesus
I mean-
Christ almighty.
All drag is valid.
Yes.
I'm just gonna leave. That was so bad. Like bye.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
I
the
forgot to
resident.
say as well, hold on. Did you not all notice what I'm wearing right now?
Ooh, who's that pale ass bitch on your t-shirt?
Ooh.
Oh my god, I think you know who it is. I mean, if this
Yeah.
didn't tell, I mean, bleh.
That's my merch. Yay. That was designed by Mr. Gabriel Marquez. He's an amazing Brazilian artist who lives in Dublin. He did the graphics for like Marina and her tour, and he's done merch for
Oh,
Sharon
wow.
Needles and Alaska. And that was just like such an amazing experience getting to work with him. And I was like so over the moon with those t-shirts. So yay. I've still got loads in stock as well. So like please buy them.
There you go. If you're interested in these little babies, then DM Nikki on the Instagrams, and
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll hook you up with one
Definitely.
for a fee.
Nothing comes for free. Like no, legitimately, people have been like, I don't know what it is, but it's always older men have a habit of sending nudes to drag queens, and it's just become my go-to response to just send my PayPal, and I'm like, you owe me for the emotional distress that you've just caused me for seeing your 2-inch knocker. Like,
Has anyone actually sent you money though?
not yet. I never said that I wouldn't try, but
Oh my god. This is why I love Miss Nikkie Stones.
do you know what? I'm sorry. Just in advance for everyone listening and watching, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry for your ear holes. Like,
And for your eyes if you're watching on YouTube.
yeah, just like parental advisory mess. Oh goodness.
Oh my
Why did
god.
I agree to do this again?
Oh my god.
I'm nearly 30. I don't need this. Goodbye.
Oh, you're young.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, we've had a few questions for Miss Nikkie Stones, just so you can all get to know her a little bit better than what we do. So the first question, Nikki, is how you got started in drag.
Well, I've been doing drag for like a significant amount of time. Like I started when I was 15, and like obviously when you're 15, you're like the bab. You're the sitting in your bedroom, just like hiding from your parents. I wasn't even out as gay at that point to my parents, which is hilarious. But it was just literally like a whole thing of I want to be a different person. I hate my life. It was really, really fucking dark. But I was like, I hate my life. I'm going to do this and pretend to be someone else. And then it just kind of spiraled out of control. Tried to escape reality, and then it ended up becoming reality. And you know what? We're here now.
Exactly. And I mean, this many years later, and she's one of the most fabulous people that I know. No word of a lie.
Me? I don't take compliments well, so I'm just like, thanks. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I know. Literally, I was texting her before this, and she was sending me pictures of her outfit. And I was like, "Oh my god, you look stunning." She was like, "What? Me? Stop!" I'm like,
it's just I legitimately don't know what to say. I was like, thanks.
Whereas Jack is like, oh yeah, I'll take all the compliments. Just give them to me now. Jack, did you find the fan thing that goes around your neck?
I did. Where is it?
Did you lose it again? He has this thing he bought on Wish.
Sitting right there.
Is it one of those things that it's like a neckband and it's got the two?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Jack has. There's many things in Jack's room I sometimes question about.
There's many things I question about as well, specifically things that he's hidden away from other people that he hasn't really hidden super well. So we've seen them while on video chats.
Funny thing, what are you on
about? Expose her.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, you signed up for a fucking bumpy ride, bitch.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
I'm out. I can't. I'm out. Like, hide me.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Now, of course, Nikki hosts her own drag night as well, Blacklight, which you can see on Twitch. So, Jack, do you have a question there about Blacklight? Since you have the questions, I just appear. I'm like a genie from Aladdin. I'm kept down here.
So, Nikki, the next question is: what is it like running Blacklight, and like what got you started doing it? All that kind of stuff.
Oh my god, it's it's like the most rewarding experience of my life, to be honest. It's really like going into a show and being a part of a show is like, it's great, and it's so much fun getting to just go in, do your stuff, and then just like chill with people. But there's a whole other level that comes with organizing, which is like, it's your own vision that's put into it. And so like that's just so rewarding for me, because I'm a person who lives off my vision. I'm like, this is one thing that I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like stereotypical Capricorn, my way is the only way. And I'm really glad that like
Capricorn.
Like, yeah, we like I have it tattooed on me as well, just to keep reminding me like, yeah, this is who you are. But but yeah, no, it's really rewarding. It's so much fun because I get to work with loads of different people as well that I wouldn't usually get to work with. So like, obviously, like going into the George is great because you get to work with all of the George gals, and then going and doing gigs in like Belfast is great because you get to work with Belfast gals. Limerick is great because you get to work with Limerick gals. But then when you do your own show, you're in control of who you work with. So it's like all of these different people from loads of different scenes that you can just be like, I want you, I'll pay for your travel, get down here, like I'll pay you, and like we'll get the gigs. And it's, where am I going with this? It's really, once again, brain just running at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but it's really rewarding.
Yeah.
And it was like, when I was told that I was being given the show, it was like, I couldn't even think properly. It was like, literally, it was just, I went in for a meeting with the bar one day, and they were like, yeah, do you want a show? And I was like, okay. I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, give it to me, sure. And then two months after that, the show actually happened, and it was like, like complete standing room only in the first night, and then it's just been growing ever since. And it's like, Jesus. And now having to move it online is just, it's so weird as well, because it's like a whole new element of different style of performance that you have to alter, and it just means working with completely different people that are like, now it's more international. So once again, it's just rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. Like anyone can see it now, like not just the people like traveling out to Dunleary for the shows and everything like that. So
Yeah.
fabulous. I mean, I've seen the first show and it was absolutely fabio. All the performances, all fab. I love the idea of like all the performances being pre-recorded as well, so that they can have like a proper production to like show off, rather than like a live show where, you know, all different kinds of shit can go wrong.
Oh, too much shit can go wrong. Let's not talk about it.
Alexa, I call shade. Best thing I've ever bought.
Oh my god.
No, I was there. Like, something that comes to mind when we talk about like the pre-recorded stuff is I was talking to Dillatrix about it, because Dillatrix is one of the residents, and we were like talking about it, and Dillatrix was like, swear to fuck, if I hear click clacking on any floor, I'm going to lose my shit. And I was like, pre-recorded it is then. So yeah,
Oh my god.
that was fun.
Definitely. Oh Jesus Christ. See, we're not even halfway through it and we're already getting into it, like.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Wait till we start getting into like drama filled stuff. It's like, oh,
the drama. Jesus.
Nothing is getting held back on this podcast.
do I ever hold back?
No.
Exactly. It's like, you name a name and I'm like, I hate that bitch. But we're gonna be nice, we're gonna be helpful, we're gonna be kind.
Somewhat.
As kind as I can be.
Oh my god. Right, so the next question we have from Miss Nikkie Stones is actually one that came in from one of our viewers.
Oh god.
So,
I'm so scared.
Nikkie Stones. How did you come up with that name?
Oh, okay. So my drag mother, who's a burlesque performer, actually gave me the name, because my hometown is Greystones in County Wicklow, where it's like,
okay.
everyone's always like, oh yeah, so you're from Dublin. And I'm like, yeah, but my heart's in fucking Greystones. Like, that's where I was born, that's where I was raised. Like, it just holds such a special place to me that Stones comes from that element of being, or it's Nikki.exe has stopped working. But Stones is a homage to the hometown, and then Nikki comes just from, I always was obsessed with the name Nicole. Then I learned loads of makeup from Nikki tutorials, and it just kind of just spiraled into just fitting with me, and it just kind of became my name then.
That's a good story behind the name. Like,
it's not like I woke up one day and had an epiphany and had a vision. It was like Nikkie Stones on a billboard, and I was like, no, no. I wish, but no.
Oh my god! Imagine Nikkie Stones on a billboard, though.
Oh, that's the dream. Ooh. That is the dream. Me on Vicker Street with fucking visuals behind me. That is the goal.
Yes. Oh my god! Imagine that, though. Blacklight Vicker Street.
I would do anything for that. Like, you've no idea. I've got I'm so tempted to just start doing visual performances and all this, but I'm like, wait, that means I need to get a projector.
Oh yeah, sure. That's what Lavender's done now. She's doing all these different kind of performances with the projector, and they're turning out so fab.
I'm so excited to see her in Queens of Captivity. That's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be fab. I mean, so fab. Oh, this will go up after the performance, but like, I cannot wait to see it.
Fuck's sake! But you know what? You know what? I'm gonna say this. If Lavender didn't win, it's rigged. If Lavender did win, yay! But realistically, whoever did win probably deserved it. So yeah, I'm just excited to see it. So
yeah, definitely. A few drinks tonight with it now, and I'm not in work tomorrow until 3:00 in the afternoon, so I'll be great.
You're gonna be in bits. Like, Tone, you have no idea. Like, Jack.
Oh, I've seen him the day after it on video chat, and he's like, yeah, I'm going back to bed. I'm like,
I've seen
are
him the
in
night
bed.
of. It's like it's a
Oh,
death sentence waiting to happen. It's like it's just I could just see just the last brain cells just falling asleep as you're just like rocking back and forth.
oh no! I remember I was bleeding gone the night of the first time baby online because it was Nara's birthday as well. So we were having a couple of drinks afterwards, and the next morning I was not okay.
Oh.
I think I remember sending you videos and all, and I was like,
I thought you were gonna throw up on camera, and I was like, "Don't
I
do it!
nearly did.
Don't do it!"
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Excuse me. I'm like burping like crazy because I'm just like, "The gassy bitch."
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to the next question for Nikki anyway. So, definitely your style of drag is unique in a way. Well, I'd say it's unique anyway, like not like anyone else that I know in the Dublin scene anyway. So, what would you say is your style of drag? Like, who would be influencing you in terms of how you do your face and your clothes and all that?
Biggest influence face wise would be Aquaria, and just performance wise, I love Aquaria, and like she's a big, massive influence to me. Like she's just ever like even before Drag Race, it was like a whole. She's someone that you need to aspire to be like, and then excuse me, then like I tend to draw influence from a lot of different places. So like, I draw a good bit of influence from the rave culture. Like rave cultures and the rave scenes, and then from obviously from K-pop culture now because of becoming slightly obsessed. Sanity.
Yes.
But it's so weird. I'll just like I'll be walking down the street one day and I'll see an outfit and I'll be like, that's stunning. How can I turn that into something drag? And it's weird. It's like any form of influence that just shoves itself in my face. I'm like, ooh, interesting. And then that's kind of it. Like, you know what, if it's cheap and it's good quality, I'll wear it. AliExpress is fine.
Yeah. Oh my god. Sorry, I thought I heard something there. I was like, okay, bye.
There's a man in your house. Run.
Do you know what? Is this Queens of Captivity too? Someone's trying to ring you in the middle of this. I love how I'm finally at a point that I can joke about that.
Yeah, I mean that was something.
That was
exactly fucking hell. Right, what else do we have? Okay, yeah, so here's another one. So, Nikki, you've obviously been here on the Irish scene, but you're also somewhat of an international queen as well. Well, international loosely because Glasgow. It's not.
I mean,
no shade to Glasgow. That kind of came out wrong, but like, obviously,
she goes on a plane somewhere. It's international. If you've been down south, anywhere's international.
Oh my god.
I could say that I'm a culture.
Sure.
I don't even
Living
know.
in the southwest of Ireland.
I'm from Tipperary. I'm a culture. I grew up with cows.
You also grew up like not near a beach.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. I used to like know someone from Tipperary, and they moved to Dublin, and like it was a big thing when they moved because they're like, I can see the sea, and I was like, wait, you can't from Tipperary?
No, I know who you're talking about probably, and they're from the same village as me, and they're like, well, I'm now working up in Dublin. I get to see the sea. I'm like, that's lovely. That's lovely. You're not getting drunk in your apartment with one candle on, but okay.
I mean,
I was there. They just had a Yankee candle on their kitchen table. I was like, I set the mood. I set ambience. I was like, that's a candle.
Do you know what? Do not diss a simple candle or a bit of lighting for the mood. Like, nope, this way. Like, come on, bit of mood lighting.
Yes. Anyway, back to the question at hand.
Yeah, sorry. It's like sidetrack central here. It's like, ooh, where are we going next?
So, Nikki, what would you say would be the differences between the Irish scene and the UK scene, like especially in Glasgow, since you're very popular there?
I wouldn't say very popular. Gonna say that. Like, I'd say like I'm known. I've performed there a few times, but it's definitely really different because, like, with Ireland and with Dublin, it's small. It's like specifically the island of Ireland, and it's like our closest thing to international without having to cross borders or like without having to like get on a plane or something would be Belfast or Derry. So
Derry.
Derry, it's like I can't.
Where's my mother?
Well, I'm sorry. That does sound Scottish. I'm so
Like Robin Diamond's called. Shout out to Robin, I love you. I love everyone. But yeah, so going to Glasgow, there's a lot more diversity in terms of where people come from. So it's like because the UK has like a lot more of just like bigger landmass essentially and like more places to go to, and it's easier to travel between all these places. I'll go to Glasgow and I'll be on one of the same nights as someone from London, or like I'd go up and it would just be happening that night, like, oh, there's someone from Birmingham or Manchester. Like, it's very different in the fact that you can just, it's easier to see different, like, more drag from all over the place. And then, like, there's a lot of variation in style as well, where, like, obviously when you come to Dublin, like, this isn't shade at all, but the stereotypical kind of thing that you see is the stereotypical, like, style drag, and that's, I can say that because I do it myself. But in Glasgow and like in Scotland, and from what I've seen in the rest of the UK, there's a bit more variation, and like it's a lot less. This is the type of drag of the city. It's like all types of drag are in the city. But then again, like you see loads of differences between the scenes in terms of like when you think about it, the Glasgow scene's like young, whereas Dublin's been going for years. So there is that different level of, in Dublin, you like the people who are at the top have like worked for years and years and years to get there, whereas people in Glasgow are still working. Like they work and they're at the top because, like, granted, they deserve it and they're so good, but in Dublin, it's a lot tougher to get to those positions because of how long the current highest standing are.
Yeah,
that sounds really shady. That sounds really shady.
I definitely get that. Like, I mean, definitely takes a long time to get up there, but I mean, that's why we kind of start shows like this, like why you started Black Like why me and Nara started I'm Baby, like to give people who are just starting off or like want to get out there more like a chance to do that.
Oh yeah. So, sorry, I feel like I cut you off there.
I thought I was cutting you off. I was like, because like what I've seen is 10 years ago when the dragon was still there and everything, like it was a completely different scene to what it is now. Like we did have the long-standing queens who are still there today, but there was no nights like Blacklight or I'm Baby or Vocus Night or any of these kind of nights. They were kind of foreign entities, really. It was kind of, they weren't existing yet. So it's nice to see new talent coming up.
That's the thing, actually. Like it's quite recently that all of these like nights have popped up. So when you think about it, Sis is a year old now. Blacklight's just under a year old. I'm Baby's just under a year old. Queer Cabaret is nearly 2. Like all of these they're really young compared to the 30 years that the George has been open. So yeah, we're moving. You know, we're moving in a different direction, and I'm liking it. I'm liking where we're going.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god. Okay, so next question from Miss Nikki. Okay, so let's get a few stories off you. So what would you say would be your favorite performance that you've done so far?
Oh god. Okay.
Whether it be like a show or like, you know, a digital performance like the stuff we've done now, or, you know, anything.
Okay. I think like in terms of like my favorite that I've ever done, would like ones that really stick in my mind are there was one which I did in the George. It was on a Monday, and it was just like it was like Mondays are quiet. Mondays are so quiet, but it's like it's my kind of night because it's chilled. It's like relaxed. Everyone just has fun. It's not like super high stakes like the rest of the nights in terms of like people like me going in being like So it was like it was just a bit of fun, and I just did like it was like the week of my birthday, and I just went in, and it was myself and Miza just dancing around like absolute lunatics on the side of the stage, and then it came for my number, and it was just like did the number, and I don't even know what it was about it, but it was just like I feel like it was one of the best received numbers I've ever done.
Yeah,
and it was just a bit of fun. But the most monumental thing I've ever done, like recently in the last year, would have been the Irish Beauty Show. So that was a really big thing for me.
Oh yeah, I remember you doing that.
Yeah, so I got to host and perform at the Irish Beauty Show on the main stage, and that was like, oh my fuck. It was such an insane moment where I was like, all of these people came for like they came to do, it was a body painting competition, and then there was loads of people just like at the convention, and then it was just me there on the mic. I started singing the Venga Boss apparently. I don't remember any of it because I get into like such a state with adrenaline in my head that I'm just like, right, just go, just do it. I burped on stage. Like it was like a proper in the middle of the show, and I was like, oh god.
Oh my god.
I lay down on the floor and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so embarrassed. But there was one number which I did there, and it was like my first time doing, well, it wasn't really my first time doing K-pop. No, it was one of the first times that I did a K-pop song that I was like heavily obsessed with for months, and it was Bomb by Alexa. I did the English version because the Korean version is so tough to learn. So I know, bit of a cop out, but shh. So I did that. And it was just loads of fun. I'd made my outfit. It was like brand new everything. It was just feeling my oats. It was just a good experience. So that would be one of my favorite experiences in terms of shows and stuff. I was so awkward on like all this shit. I'm so sorry.
You're grand. Sure. We're all kind of awkward in kind of situations just talking about ourselves. And I mean, I'm not the best person at selling myself either.
Oh my god. You know what? That is something that pissed me off about Drag Race UK, where it was like, Ru was like, why are you the best? Why should you win Drag Race? And it's like, we are used to beating ourselves up. It's quite a British and Irish thing to like beat yourself up. And it's like when you're asked to talk about yourself and in a positive light, you're like, what? So it was just really weird for, like, obviously Michelle and Ru were like, why are they not talking as good as the Americans were? But like, yeah, we ain't American. That's the tea.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Americans are better at talking themselves up. We're better at taking the piss out of ourselves.
Exactly. Exactly. You can't take the piss out of yourself, then what can you do? Certainly not the jump splits. Tried it once, never again.
I think I was there that night. Was that? Yeah.
I went down and I was like, no.
Oh my god. What was that? November Blacklight, or what was that? I can't remember. But I can like remember I was definitely there for that.
I think it was one of the I'm Babies.
Oh, was it?
I have a feeling it is, yeah. I
think it was the December I'm Baby, and I had to get someone to lift me back up.
Oh, I remember this now.
I was like on the floor and I was like, help. And Nara was like, no, God. I'm not helping you. And so who was it that lifted me up? Was it Viper?
I think it was Viper.
I think it was Viper, yeah. Because I just remember it was like me, this like I'm not tall, but I'm like relatively built in like
Mhm.
ish ways in terms of like shoulders and hips and stuff. So I'm there, and then Viper's like twig, like skinny twig, like body goals, and she's just there trying to lift me up, and I'm like, ugh, ugh. It was a moment.
Oh no,
Definitely a
that
moment.
was. Okay, so we have 2 more questions for Nikki, and then we're going to show off a little bit of Nikki. So,
That
second to
sounds
last question.
questionable there, Jack. We're going to
Like,
show off a
oh,
bit of
subscribe to
Nikki.
my OnlyFans, €99 a day. It's called ASMR Daddy.
I'm like, and this video has been demonetized on YouTube. Thank you. Goodbye.
You might get demonetized, to be honest, with copyright strikes.
Mhm.
Who cares at this rate?
Okay, so I feel like that story just answered that question, but the funniest thing that's happened while at a gig, I feel like that's just answered it. But
That would
I mean,
be
is
one
there
of
anything?
them. That would be one of them. There's been loads. Like loads of it's just like loads of stupid tiny shit happens. Like I remember one of my favorite experiences was the time that I went to Dundee, and it was myself, Luna Faye, and Raina Rose were guests at Bingo Wigs, and we just spent the entire night walking around to everyone taking photos where we were just like,
Oh my god.
so there's that, and then there's like little things like the time that myself and Kiko went to Belfast, and we like none of our tracks were there, so it was like Portia was announcing me. She didn't even know Kiko's name at the time, and it was like, "Oh, you won from Bonnie Scotland," and then like the DJ was like, "I still don't have her tracks," and I was like, "Shh." So I'm there like trying to plug my laptop in as Kiko's like, "Hi" on the mic.
Oh my god.
It was like, it's just, to be honest, the one word that follows me around regularly is chaotic. So it's like, my drag is chaotic.
Hmm,
And it's like
that sounds about right.
chaotic experiences that just happen at gigs and stuff. Like something always happens. I always lose a sock. That's another thing. I always lose a sock. Always.
Oh my god, that is so random.
I don't know what it is, but every single time I ever do it, it's always in the one venue. It's always in the George. Always in the George. I'll walk in with 2 socks on my feet. I'll do the gig, and obviously, like, because I've got tights and stuff, I take the socks off. And I'll walk back out, but I won't have the 2 socks. I'll just have one.
Oh my god.
So there's legitimately a pile in my kitchen of just mismatched socks because I've lost all of them in the George. And the worst part about it, I'm completely sober.
It's just Nikki being Nikki.
Chaos. Chaos ensues when Nikkie Stones is around, apparently.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Grand. Okay, so we'll move on to the last question that we have anyway. And that is, Nikki, what would be your advice to someone who wants to start doing drag?
Okay, so there's different. I think of like there's a big massive difference between starting doing drag and starting like and doing your first performance.
Mhm.
So when it comes to starting doing drag, is just do it. Like go in, have fun, don't do blackface.
Oh god.
I'm serious. Like it's
Mhm.
an issue where like just match your foundation to your skin tone. At least try, please.
Mhm.
And if it's always better to go lighter than darker anyways, because you can always bronze it up and make it darker. Like my foundation is way too light for my body, but it still works because I bronze up afterwards. But just have fun. Try to figure out little things that make you you. Like I always say, if there's a little detail that you can put into what you do that just is something that only a few people will notice, but it's when they do notice it is really important. Like for me, I draw individual hairs in my brows. It's just something very small, but I always do it, and a few people notice it. Not many people do, but it just makes me stand out in my mind. And it's like, keep the mentality of it's fun. It's not supposed to like it's it's like, don't do drag because you want to make money.
Mhm.
Don't do drag because you want to make money. You won't. Like, real tea. I've been doing drag for 5 years, performing for 3.5, nearly 4. Like, and yeah, I work full-time drag, but that's not by choice. It's not by choice. I'm broke as shit, and it's like drag is my only source of income, but I do it because I love it.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to first performance, do something that you want to do. Don't be like, okay, so I'm going into this show in this bar on this date, like, or on this day, and they've got like a certain theme, and I need to fit into what I think they want me to do. No, do what you want to do, because what you want to do is what's going to make you stand out and what's going to make you happy. Because when you're happy, the audience is happy, and the audience is vibing off of you. And that took me years to learn, but we're here now.
Exactly. That sounds like very good advice.
It's the only good advice I'll ever give in life. that and safe sex. Condoms, always. Hey, someone's got to say it.
Yeah.
Like,
true. Oh my god. Right. Okay. So I think that's all the questions we have. Is there anything else you want to say, Nikki? Anything else you want to address? Tea spill.
Address, tea spill. Are you trying to get me? I will not speak without a lawyer present.
Does anyone know I did legal studies for a semester?
Was that the TY legal studies?
No, it's for my degree.
Whenever I hear legal studies, I think of like transition year, because that's one of the modules that we could choose to do in TY, and I was like, I originally chose it, and then I was like, no. Tea spill. I don't even know. Oh well, I say just like, you know what? Tune into Blacklight on the 7th. I was like, what date is it happening? It's on Sunday. Tune in on the 7th. We have 11 amazing performers, and tips will be donated to different funds in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, because it's really important that all this stuff is done. Once again, donate, sign petitions, share posts, do everything you can. Like, but one thing that I do need to say, and I want to bring up, and this is just in general about, like, I'm going to relate it to Black Lives Matter at the moment because it's what's topical, but people need to stop fighting people that are on the same side as them. And that's something that's happening quite a bit. And it's been happening for a while, but it's like, stop fighting people that are on the same side as you. Like, someone may not be doing something the same way you are, but that does not mean that they're not doing something. And like, just be nice. The world's in a shit place at the moment, and like, ultimately all we need is just people to tell us that it's all okay and to give us virtual hugs, because A, social distancing, and B, I don't like hugs. But yeah, that mainly, yeah. And take care of yourselves, like, as well. Self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care and self-love, and however you want to do your self-love, that's up to you. I know Jack has a specific way that he likes doing it. Bottom. You were waiting for that. I was like, I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to bring that up.
Why does he need a key for that mini fridge? That's what I'm asking. What do you have in that mini fridge?
Oh, I saw a meme and someone put like a glass dildo into a wow, Nikki. That's what I'm thinking. Wow. But
this
someone put it
demonetized.
Yeah, it's been demonetized the second I shut up. But like, someone put a glass dildo into the freezer, and then they were like, oh, I can't wait to use this. And like, everyone's just like, that is literally going to rip your vulva off. So, don't freeze your dildos. Word of advice from Nikkie Stones. And stan Itzy, listen to K-pop, because K-pop is great.
Yes.
Even though everyone hates the fan cams, but you know what? Still good music.
Still good music.
Well, that's actually the perfect transition into our next little thing. So, I mean, we couldn't have a little show with one of the most fabulous drag queens without a little performance. So we have here a lovely video that Miss Nikki recorded for her first Blacklight show. And it's one of my favorite like digital performances of you. It's absolutely fab, and I can't wait for everyone to see it. So cue the track.
Woo!
Hey, hey, hey! Yo. Beep, beep. Hey, 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 hey. See that I might see. Go, right, sing, alpha. I see that I might see. 차갑게 보여도 어떻게 그런다니까. 눈치 볼 마음 없어. 이 노래가 your favorite song 그렇게 될 걸 잘 알아 Hey 이 맛은 마치 딱 살얼음같이 빙빙빙 반짝이는 거 별빛같이 I see shout out to 내 엄마 Thank you to 우리 바바 좋은 것만 쏙 빼닮아 당당하게 let it go Here we go 길거리를 누비고 Background music이 깔려 I see 바람 on fire 내 안에 있는 dream 난 자신 있어 널 봐 I'm not a liar 너의 틀을 맞출 맘은 없어 다들 blah blah 참말 많아 난 괜찮아 계속 blah blah They keep talking I keep walking 다들 blah blah 참말 많아 난 괜찮아 계속 blah blah They keep talking I keep walking Get it Hey Shake it Hey Yeah Come on Guys 보고 빨리 달려 Don't care what they say 대답은 내가 아니까 It's okay Up we go 끝없이 위로 절대 멈추지 않고 No one can stop us now blah blah 참말 많아 난 괜찮아 계속 blah blah They keep talking I keep walking 다들 blah blah 참말 많아 난 괜찮아 계속 blah blah They keep talking I keep walking Yeah I see that I might see I see that I might see I see that I might see I see that I might see
Yes.
Like you've no idea how like that video was like. Oh, that was chaotic to make. So much happened during it, but no, I'm glad how it turned out. Really glad how it turned out.
Yeah.
I think it's even made Jack
Fabulous.
start listening to K-pop.
I mean,
K-pop is great, but what? Stan Luna, Stan Itchy, Stan.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I'm sorry, I am a Luna fan. This place has Luna albums. I'm not gonna lie. I am that Luna fan.
Yes. Luna was great. All of their latest comeback just blew me out of the water. Speaking of latest comebacks, we're just gonna pop this out here. Stan Twice, more and more. Stream it. It's good.
link in the description.
Yeah. More and more by Twice. It's great.
Oh my god.
That actually, since we're talking about K-pop, Jack, actually, a K-pop group featured recently in Chromatica, since that's a great segue into that, actually. Hey, you want to segue into Chromatica? There you go.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You know who's going to talk about it. He's a bottom. What do you expect?
No, bitch,
Oh.
I'm not a bottom. I'm just one of the biggest Gaga fans ever in Ashburn.
Please
All the
represent.
all the gays when they got the Chromatica jockstrap, Michelle Visage. It's just a piece of fabric. You can get it printed. It's the truth. It's a
Oh
piece of
my
fabric.
god.
I mean, she knows her audience.
Yeah.
Like,
Very true. Oh my god. Right, so we're transitioning into Chromatica. So, general thoughts on the album. I'm assuming we've all heard it.
Yes.
yeah.
I love it. It's taken a while for it all to like grow on me because when I first heard it, there were a few that I'm just like, where I was like, but then, I mean, after listening to it over and over and over again, they've eventually grown on me. And the whole album is just a bop. I mean, it's like if Born This Way and Art Pop had a baby. Well, I think anyway.
I don't know. Like everyone was going crazy about it, and I was a bit like, really? I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Oh my god. There's my answer to life. I'm so
There
sorry.
we go.
I was kind of underwhelmed, to be honest. I was expecting a lot more. Like, I'm not the biggest Gaga fan as it is.
Mhm.
She's done some good stuff. I think Art Pop was her best album, but then after Art Pop, it all just kind of went a bit downhill for me. And then, but like, obviously, Rain on Me is great. I hate Stupid Love with a Passion.
Oh, I didn't know that now.
Oh, I really just, I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. Something is just off for me. But I'm so torn about Sour Candy because of Blackpink.
Because of Blackpink.
Because of Blackpink. Blackpink's management, YG, are just dodge. So
Oh.
I love how they've recently come out and saying like all the girls are getting their solos and their album this year, and I'm like, I know you, YG. I know you, YG.
Yeah, but I do have to give an honorable mention to the transition between Chromatica 2 and 911
Yes.
because that was the groundbreaking part of the album for me.
No, that was iconic.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Tone, what are your general thoughts on the album then?
Constantly replay. I just love replay. I'm sorry. It's just giving me life. Like, I have watched too many TikToks of Rain on Me, so I'm that person. Put me in a shower and I'll do a full number. I'm like, yes. And then I've seen some of the other gays who've done. You don't want to go into that version, that dark side of TikTok where they're like, Rain on Me. We all know what it is. What those type of gays are doing. I have seen those. I was like, I never want to go near you people. Okay, that's great.
I suddenly feel the need to go to a Catholic priest.
Well, I was an
Really?
altar boy for 6 years, so
You know what?
Oh, Jesus.
Same thing. Same church, I suppose.
well, my parents wanted me to become a priest, so I'm the closest thing you guys have at the minute.
I mean, how did that turn out? I mean, people do call you father, but they don't really call you father. They call you the other one. The groan was just so fitting.
Oh my god.
No, most people at work, they go, Miss. I'm like, what? They're like, oh, sorry, sir. I was like,
Oh my god.
I could be up to them and I have like full facial hair. Like, oh, thank you. You're a lovely girl. I was like, who do you people think we'd be like in the countryside?
Oh.
But
my
yeah, moving back to Chromatica. Overall, I do like it, but some of the songs they just don't fit for me on the album. It just like they kind of break up the flow. Like I was expecting more from her Elton John like duet. I was just expecting more from that.
I
Like
love that song so much. I think that's going to be my next cover on Instagram, not going to lie. It's
I mean, I'm
such
not
a
surprised.
bop, I think.
It's good, but like someone mentioned it to me, and I kind of agree with them. But she was missing a ballad.
Yeah, that's one thing about it that kind of like I feel like the closest thing to a ballad we got was. See, I can't even think
911.
because. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like I think that's the one thing that art pop had over it. Like with Dope was
Dope and
that was a good ballad, and that was a good
Mm.
like slow, meaningful song, which then built up to Gypsy at the end, Gypsy and Applause. So it was like
Mm.
I don't know, art pop still reigns supreme for me.
Have to say though, in terms of Dope, I mean, just going off tangent a little bit, but have to remind me, I mean, the original version of Dope, I Want to Be With You, I love that version so much better than the original.
Haven't heard that version.
Oh, it's so good. I just think the lyrics hit like home so much better for me. I'll send it to you after this anyway. But
You do,
I
and
love
link
it so
it below
much.
as well for anyone who hasn't heard it yet.
Yeah, because like when Gaga did it's like the swine ball thing. I think it was for like iTunes or something. Like she performed that version, like I Want to Be With You, instead of Dope, and that's what everyone thought was going to be on the album because I think that was like the first time she performed like most of the songs in full, and that's what everyone thought was going to be on the album, but it ended up being Dope instead. But there's a little insider.
I mean, do you know what? One of Gaga's songs was actually sampled. I think it was Donatella took samples from J-pop, which is really cool to see that she was drawing inspiration from like not just the American and Western cultures. So that was really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Just another tangent. Like, where are we going next?
And so, I mean, general consensus on the album seems to be pretty okay with me, anyway. I don't feel like killing any of you just yet, so.
Well, like it's a year-defining album. Like it will be an album that defined lockdown. It will be an album that defined lockdown. Like
for some people.
But yeah, I'm waiting for Rihanna's 9th album. Sorry, but
that's
I'm sure she'd come back for it.
But that raises the question, actually, what would you like? Obviously, because of summer and everything and of lockdown, what would you guys consider your songs of the summer? Like, what would be your anthem for this summer?
I mean, so far it's Rain on Me. I mean, not gonna lie, it is. But I mean, my two favorite artists of all time doing a song together. I mean, that's just my life complete.
Fair.
Yeah. Like me, it would be Dance Alone by Taylor Parks. I just like it. It's kind of 70s, 80s kind of disco vibes, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, no one remembers what movie Taylor Parks was originally in.
I don't even know who Taylor Parks is.
She's one of Ariana's friends. She did when they did the Thank You Next number on Ellen. She was one with Victoria Monet. She played Inez in the Hairspray movie.
No way!
Her whole she had this whole song where she came out as bi, which is like, I want you and you and you and you. I just want everyone. I don't care.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she's totally different now. Like it's like it is a vibe, and I'm loving it. I just love 80s, like kind of the vibe that's slowly seeping into kind of 80s is slowly seeping back into the music scene. We've seen it with Weeknd and a bit of everything, a bit with Doja Cat as well. Like so.
Yeah, definitely. With when Say So came out, that was very disco era, and Dua Lipa as well brought in like the regurgitation of the 80s style and disco and stuff, and that was really fun to see. But yeah. I suppose my song of the summer would be like, come on, okay, it's like, who can guess it first? Waiting, Wannabe by ITZY.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's like, It's just literally defines my entire life at the moment. So, but
Yes.
yeah, no, I'm
I mean, doing the
expecting
little wannabe challenge on TikTok if you don't follow Nikki on TikTok.
It's like shoulders, that so you go like up with the right,
No,
and then you go down, up, down, and then so your left
Oh,
is
that's like
up,
a circle.
and it's like, and then you got to get the punches in too, and it's confusing. It's confusing, but
And that's just one dance move in the whole fucking song.
God, the floor work
Jesus.
and that killed me.
Oh,
Don't know
my
how they do
God.
it. But hey, that's why they go 3 years of training and I don't.
Oh my God.
Again.
Right, so I think we'll move on to the final topic of today's podcast, and that is our thoughts on the Drag Race Season 12 finale.
Now, obviously, with this finale, it's kind of a throwback to season 1 to 3, where it isn't in front of a live audience. It's kind of pre-recorded and stuff. But it's a throwback to that. Like, I felt overall it was a change of form, but it just showed Rue was just incredibly lazy and just was like, no, I'm just gonna put a mask on it, lads. I don't care.
This is what happens when Raven and Delta aren't within arm's reach.
Delta quit
Fully.
though. Delta isn't
Oh, did
his
she?
wig stylist. Yeah, she quit at the end of season 11.
Oh,
So who
okay,
does
that
the
I
wig
didn't know.
then?
Okay.
Someone new. Could be Raven as well. Or
Raven
James
doesn't do it.
Mansfield. I don't know. Throw him James Mansfield.
I can't imagine. But yeah, no, I kind of, I don't know. I've got very mixed feelings about it. Like, I love the way that Rue let them do their own digital drag performances as such, but it was very. I feel like the finale, the way that they edited it was to make it almost look like Gigi was going to win because they put Gigi in the center of everything,
Yeah.
and I was a bit like, really, like swap them around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my 2 cents on it. I'm happy with the winner though. Like,
Yeah.
Like with Gigi, there is, because I'm a Reddit queen, I know all this. Jack says I just ruin stuff for myself. I don't care. There is a rumor that Gigi originally used the Work the World studio for her Aha lip sync, and production had threatened her with disqualification because she didn't use her house. They're like, no. You have to use her house. This is unfair against Jada and Crystal.
oh yeah, because she lives in LA, doesn't she?
Yeah, she lives in LA, and her management is Voz, so she's same management as all the rest of the like Vanjie and all those. They're just there all the time, so it's ready available.
Oh. And I oopeth.
Exactly. I mean, I think overall it was definitely something to get used to in terms of the new. Well, hopefully it's not a new form. Hopefully it's a one-off, but we'll see what Miss Rona has to say. But like, it's definitely different, and I like the way they were able to do the performances. I mean, shout out to Crystal for that regurgitation performance. I'm like a bird.
That is, do you know what? That's what I imagine you are after every Queen's Captivity. Just like covered in feathers, just vomiting green goo. Like,
oh gosh.
Like, that's what you get for being friends with drag queens, covered in feathers.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, while I did want Gigi to win, and while I thought Gigi was going to win, I mean, I am happy with Crystal. No, not Crystal, fucking Jada winning. And like, I mean, yeah, I wanted Gigi, but I'm happy with Jada, and it didn't stop me from buying tickets to see her next year in the George. So
Fair. I'm just still pissed off that Jan didn't get top 5. Like,
yeah, that was one thing. I mean, I'm actually buzzing to see her in March as well.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It should be fun. Did you get tickets?
I did, yeah. Got meet and greets.
Yay!
Ooh,
Yes.
asleep. I was
exciting.
asleep when Jada's tickets went on sale, so I like legitimately. I woke up 20 minutes after they went on sale, and they were all gone. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh
Heck.
fuck.
Oh,
Oh god.
Oh god.
God damn it, Nikki. Why
Like,
can't you? Why can't you release tickets according to my Wow, according to my sleep schedule, I cannot speak.
Oh my god.
Like, what did you guys think of like the outfits and general kind of consensus on like the like returning, like obviously our season 12 cast when they returned with their fabulous new outfits and everything? Kind of what was the standouts for you in the finale?
Dahlia, definitely.
Yeah.
That was
Dahlia and like Jan's Edward Scissorhand.
Oh, that was
that
so
was
good.
gorge. Are we counting the reunion or like the reunited in that as well, or because there is one
Sure.
look from the reunited
Yeah.
that stood out to me, and it was Jan's big, massive thing with her face all over it.
You can actually get on her website, you can get neckerchiefs and stuff that actually have that print and loads of stuff. Yeah.
I need
as well. So if you want Jan on your mouth, you got Jan on your mouth.
I had a dream. No. I had a dream that like for some reason I was in like this house and it was Jan and Jan's boyfriend, but Jan's boyfriend was that like problematic porn star it was weird. It was like I said, my brain's chaotic.
Agreed.
It was so weird.
Jesus. There is actually now one of the producers of the show confirmed there are 7 international versions of Drag Race which have not been yet announced, which are in development at the minute. So we are going to see loads more versions of Drag Race pop around the world. Obviously, Australia's been announced; it's looking for a channel to pick it up at the minute. So, but we could see a Drag Race Ireland, Drag Race Paris, Drag Race.
Paris
Okay,
is
if
not
there
a
was a Drag
country.
Race Ireland, sure. If there was a Drag Race Ireland, who do you think would like be the main judge? This might be a controversial topic.
Panty, probably.
Panty. Or I'd say Rue will probably do it because it's English speaking, like because Rue would just have loads of Irish puns. It's just easier to fly than overthink that. And Michelle
True.
loves Ireland. Michelle loves Ireland, so she'd be like,
Very true. But I think like I don't know if like it's so weird because like there aren't really that many big Irish celebrities that would
yeah.
that they'd have as judges. That's the thing.
I mean,
Like
the
who would they
number
get?
one
Ryan
Irish-
fucking Tuberty.
I think Jedward will be fab as Drag Race judges.
They're currently quarantining with their Sharknado star, Big Brother star. Oh, what's her name? She's a celebrity. I don't know.
That doesn't narrow it down. Just like what's her name? She's a celebrity.
Oh, she was on Sharknado. Oh, I know who she is. This always
God.
happens to me. I am looking it up. I want to say Tara Strong, but it's not Tara Strong. That's literally a voice actress. Oh God, I'm just terrible. I'm just gonna look it on my laptop.
Insert Wii music.
Flashback to I'm Baby 2.
I'm Baby
Flashback to
2.
every single show that I'm ever in, whenever I get a microphone and something goes wrong, I just start singing the Wii music. I don't know what it is, but like you've seen it. You've seen it at Blacklight, where I'm just there.
Yes, I have.
Oh, I have remembered. It's Tara Reid. Yeah, no one gets her. No one gets
just
her.
went over my head.
She was messy. Imagine Lindsay Lohan, but an early 2000s version of Lindsay Lohan.
So like Mean Girls version of Lindsay Lohan?
No, Mykonos version of Lindsay Lohan. Let's party in Mykonos. That one.
That's like late 2000s.
Yeah, late 2000s. But this person
early
was famous.
2000s.
Yeah, this person was famous in the early 2000s. But like, just imagine they were like Lindsay Lohan now, but back then. That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Ish.
So a mess.
So me, basically. Me whenever I'm on a night out. Anyway.
God.
So when this airs, it will be obviously All Stars 5 will be airing in the States. So what we all thinking? What are our hopes and predictions for this series?
I mean, let's face it, based off the cast, we already know who the top 3 are, so I mean...
Yeah.
Oh, the messes. I just want the drama.
I'm just excited for the, like, everyone going against a lip sync assassin in each season.
Yeah,
Mm.
that'll be...
I'm more, to be fully honest with you, I'm more excited to see who the lip sync assassins that they get in are.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few rumored ones off the top already, like... And they... Like, who... Off the top of my head, I think Evie is meant to be one of them, Vanjie's meant to be one of them.
Morgan's
Cameron.
one of them.
Is Cameron one?
I'm not sure.
I could see Cameron being one.
Yeah. I hope they get. I hope the whole thing that I've noticed about the most recent All Stars, like the last 2, is they've really focused a lot as well on getting people from the older seasons. So I hope that they do the same for the lip sync assassins.
Mhm.
Like I want some Dita Ritz up in this bitch.
Oh.
Ooh,
This will be
that
2.0.
could be interesting. Yeah.
Oh, come on, showing Honey Mahogany. I just want to see redemption
Honey
here.
Mahogany is going for office. She went for office in her single.
What?
Yeah,
She's trans. She
Jesus.
went like she's a proper politician now.
like she owned
Oh, wow.
the Stud. She's an owner of the Stud, which recently is now dearly departed. One of the oldest gay bars in, I think it's the oldest gay bar in San Francisco. Florida Man has performed there as well, and loads of people. Even Lady Gaga has performed on the stage as well. But like, I saw her perform recently on Twitch, and she's doing pretty good. Like, oh god, she's improved so much since the days of season 5, where Vivian Pinay is.
Remember when Vivian Pinay used to be part of the House of Edwards?
Uh-huh.
Vivi, come here.
Give me my Red Bull.
Then she got in trouble for selling bad wigs online. Yeah, it's a princess style. It looks like that.
Did she?
I was like, yeah, she got in trouble for, she was like saying, I'm doing princess wigs. And people are like, this looks nothing like Rapunzel. I'm like,
oh my god. Like Rapunzel, let down your cheap synthetic shake and go.
oh.
Yes.
At me with all of my wigs. Except this one. This isn't a cheap synthetic shake and go. It's a cheap human shake and go.
Yes.
AliExpress is. Do you know what? AliExpress is the best thing ever. And do you know what I'm excited to see? I'm excited to see people going into All Stars, and I'm excited to see all of the AliExpress costumes that all of them have.
Ooh. Actually,
oh my god.
fun fact today. Now, this is about Angina. I was watching Bitch Pudding Show, and she reveals that Angina was performing one night at a gig, and everyone kind of knew she was waiting for the call from production to say she was going on, and she spent thousands on stuff. And this is before Bitch Pudding season Dragula, and she got told she wasn't on. She spent like 3,000 on like custom nails and everything, and she just turned to Bitch, and Bitch said this. She just went, just take them. I won't need them. Like they had Swarovski crystals and everything, a full bling bling on these nails, and she just went, take them. I don't need
Not
them.
for season 4.
I think
Or
it was
season 3.
probably. I think probably season 3 or like it was 20. It could have been season 2 or season 3. I'm not sure, but one of the seasons anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I remember she's been rumored to be on it for years now. Like it was only a matter of time before Rue kind of ended up bringing her on.
She's been keeping me through lockdown by watching her play Animal Crossing with her husband on Twitch. She's like, "Oh my god, I don't know where this is. Someone get me a ladder." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh my god.
That's iconic. Speaking of Twitch, Twitch has kind of blown up in drag recently, which is like with all the digital shows, but even with like the formation, I know it's been around for a while, but it's really coming to light now. But the stream queens, do you guys know about them?
Oh, it's like Donna Tartt. There's Deer. I think there's a good few in there. Like they all
Yes,
kind of
like
jump in there.
yeah. So it's essentially like a big, massive collective of drag queens who stream on Twitch, doing like games and loads of different stuff. So like, from Ireland, there's Donut Hart and Miss Rogue Aurora, and it's like headed up by Deer, but it's gotten so like big recently that like, Twitch ended up having a bunch of them on the front page for 6 weeks. So Donna was on the front page for 2 days
wow.
a week for 6 weeks, like, so it's absolutely insane. So yeah, just note to everyone listening and watching, keep an eye out on that, because that's cool collective to follow.
Definitely. Right. Okay. I think that's all we've to cover in this episode. I think we're coming towards the end.
Oh no,
Sad
God.
face.
that's upsetting. That's
Oh.
I know.
Oh
Sad
God, that
face.
sounds like a bottom sound. Oh no. I was like,
no.
sorry.
Oh God.
I'm just like, you're lucky that you have me and not Lavender, because Lavender would like take the absolute piss out of you.
Yeah. Whenever we do have
Yeah.
Lavender on, that's.
You're like, whenever we do, and I just see you in your head, you're like, that's never going to happen.
Oh, it's happening a lot sooner than you think.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
It's in the
Well,
works. Don't worry. It'll be
I'm
revealed
scared.
really soon.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Well, I'm not scared. I'm more scared for Jack.
Lavender knows enough about you as well, hon.
Yeah, Lavender is like, do you know what?
Oh my
Can't.
God.
It's
Oh,
like that time
God.
that everyone was like, what does the D in Tina D. Parton stand for? And Tina was like, delicious. And Nara just goes, detective, because she knows everything. I'm like, that's Lavender, except less public about knowing everything.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Shout out to Lavender. We love you.
Love you.
Fun fact of the
Cats are
day.
not right.
Me and Lavender were both basically you will remember the infamous Meatball. Do you know when Meatball performs she does the hamburger number? Jack may
God.
know this.
I do know this because I'm the one that fucking recorded you.
So she performs to it's a mix of that meme of if you see Carla punch her in the neck, I want my McRibwich, and Woman by Kesha. So she throws out hamburgers from McDonald's to the audience, and then she'll pick someone in the middle of the line, shove a hamburger in their mouth, and literally start eating it out of their mouth. She
Were you
chipped
that?
Lavender's. Yeah, she literally did. She chipped one of Lavender's teeth. Lavender will confirm this.
Wait. It happened to Lavender as well.
Lavender, it was on the first Dragula tour. Here, she did it to Lavender, and she chipped one of Lavender's teeth.
I did not know that. Like, I
That
mean,
is
I did
so
not know
funny.
about the first Drag Race show with Lavender. All I knew is that she fucking did it to you at heels.
Yeah, and I got a professional picture taken by Babs Daly of the moment. Thank you,
Ooh.
Babs. Of that moment. It's on my
And I have
Instagram.
it on camera.
It's
That is
horrifying.
hilarious. I'm actually raging I missed that show. But
Do you remember that one time where fucking Kenny Davenport put my face in her crotch?
Oh God, there was. Oh.
Mm.
I feel like I've done that to you at some point.
Jack, what are you doing? These Dublin queens, like, oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's a bottom. He deserves to be like, he needs to be commanded. I love it. This has turned into an hour and 20 minutes of us just calling Jack a bottom.
That's a standard Saturday night.
Oh my God. I will kill you both in your sleep.
Please do. You'll be breaking social distancing guidelines.
Yes. Oh, it's like every I'm baby. Oh, I love this.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God, it's like every I'm baby where like someone ends up screeching at me for no reason, or I end up screeching at someone for no reason.
Oh, geez.
Or for valid reasons.
Ooh. We will not get into that. We could be here for years, and I do not want to incriminate myself any more than I already have.
Oh my god. Right, well, on that note, I think we should wrap things up before we end up doing something we regret.
Wrap things up. That's what I always say to young kids as well. Make sure to wrap it up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm now.
Wrap it up, kids.
Oh my
It should look like a
God.
sombrero when you take it out. It should look like a sombrero.
Oh my god.
Nickie's just like, what?
I need an adult. I just need an adult present right now, and
I'm 28. I'm considered an adult by some people in my life.
So.
Nickie's just like, no.
No. No. To be fair, like, I'm 21, so I'm still a child. Like,
oh my god.
Like, I'm baby. I'm a sexy baby.
Oh god.
Stop this before I say something horrible that will get me killed.
Regrettable.
Okay, so it looks like we've come to the end of this fabulous episode. I want to thank, of course, Miss Nikkie Stones for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fabulous.
Thanks for putting up with my bullshit for an hour and 20 minutes.
To all our future special guests, this is what you have to live up to, so good luck.
You'll easily surpass it as long as you don't burp on stream, because that's what I've done more than once.
Just make sure you have a shade button in the background.
Alexa, I call shade.
Also, to future guests, keep up with the calling Jack a bottom quota. We've reached the quota yet again this episode.
What is the quota?
I don't know.
I feel like we should set like a set number of like per 30 minutes. It's like X amount per 30 minutes.
Yeah, but we all know Lavender will just beat it in 2 minutes flat. She'll just read Jack to filth.
I mean, no, we're not going there. I was about to say something really bad. Stop me.
Okay.
Right, so I think we're about to sign off now. So, Nikki, do you want anything to last minute plugs?
Blacklight on hair on my face. Blacklight on the 7th. And yeah, catch us later.
Perfect. We'll leave links to everything to do with Nikki in the description anyway. Her Instagram, the Twitch account for Blacklight, everything, her PayPal as well, if you think she was good enough to be tipped tonight.
All of my tips will be going to Black Lives Matter funding as well. That's something
there we go.
That's for the next little while. They'll be going out
exactly.
there. So.
Grand. Perfect. So I think we're signing off. So thank you all for watching, and we shall see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.